So why do we trust the Bible? There's so many reasons. You can start with the Dead Sea Scrolls proof, and then superfluously adding on things like this. Now here we were talking about how the best way, from my opinion and what I feel has been intimated to me by God, is that we use the allegorical spiritual interpretation, and within that we have the preterist, futurist, and historicist. You can almost sometimes blend the historicist and preterist together. They basically are about saying the same thing, except with just a couple different prophetical notes. Because once there's a book by Steve Gregg that I would suggest getting, and if you type in that name, Steve Gregg, you'll find him with Book of Revelation. That said, let's jump into this. This is the expositor's commentary, and this one uses the allegorical interpretation. Okay, and so here we are in Revelation, and I'm going to take you to Revelation 9. They removed the whole chapter. This is the commentary they removed. The chapter's still there. The commentary is removed. Now, why is this removed? Online, I found this. Expositors came out in 1899, if you want to do this yourself. I have not been able to find it. I found that it does exist. There is a chapter 9 in this. They removed it. But even then, I can only find it going up to about chapter or verse 12. I think that it perfectly predicts what's happening right now with all the migrants being moved around, and it was talking about Arabians as being that Revelation 9 fulfillment. And remember, these things can take time. The beast is being devoured, not the beast is devouring, or the 10 kings, slowly. It's not this one day. That may be this revived Babylon in Dubai is where I think they're really doing it, or the Vatican City, where it's that one day explode. But as far as the harlot west, it's a long drawn out. Remember when God said in Revelation, "Do unto her as she did unto them." Well, in order to do that, and this is just what I feel I'm being intimated, it's going to take a little bit of time. She used a lot of backhanded, skeevy ways, and recall, it is not the cabal's fault alone. That's what's going on. The Jesuits are burning the bridge, and they're throwing, just like they always do, the Jewish people that weren't real Jews, that were the synagogue of Satan, and they're only being used to launch a smear campaign that will inevitably backdoor, Satan hopes, to get at Christians, and to draw young Christians away from the truth and to pull them back into Judaizers, just even by having all this stuff circulating the media and moving around. And these things in the spiritual world, they do have these conflictory effect that takes some time to break down after a while. So anytime something wild is happening, just slow down, take a beat. Don't come to any conclusions. The only thing you're coming to is the reality of the situation. And I believe you are going to start seeing some very wild things. Now, we will tell you this. The Antichrist, Satan, is subtle and sneaky. When what happens, look, you see right here, the entire chapter was removed. It's gone. And in other expositors, it's, like we said, the second half of the chapter is gone. And so they are desperate to cover this stuff up. They are desperate to hide what I think right now is Revelation 9 is happening. I believe that's why God leads me to these things. And because if you're curious, if you seek him, if you truly just do it the way he says, he'll show you things you never dreamed you would get to know. Stuff that level 5 clearance in the military doesn't get to see, or whatever, level 100, whatever. And he'll do it like it's nothing. He showed me where this it was the Stay Behind program in Alaska. And he was just showing me all these cool things. And then all of a sudden I find these pictures of like this place in Alaska that has no roads leading up to it. It looks just like a federal building with all the windows in the front, but only on the third story. So it's just a row on the third story. Looks more like a military compound than anything. They turn a lot of libraries into that or build it. What the point is, I'm getting away from it. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on why would Expositor's commentary be messed with here on this chapter, and I encourage you to go and find out. You should be able to find the PDF. If anyone can find the PDF and it has the whole chapter, please get back to me as soon as possible. That is the Expositor's Commentary, and it came out in 1899.